What's up, everybody? It is Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. We are the Fantasy NBA today. Oh, baby. Game 5 of the NBA Finals is tonight. We'll be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the Desmond Bane trade. We're going to be talking about the Pistons. And we're going to be talking about the Grizzlies from a fantasy perspective. And we're going to have a good time. Got a huge show for you, obviously. I want to tell you about BetOnline. Our amazing sponsor, BetOnline, is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. With baseball season in full swing, we're deep into the NBA and NHL finals. BetOnline has more ways for you to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything. Updated odds on MLB, UFC, boxing, tennis, NFL futures. BetOnline remains the best online source for your sports wagering info. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and a live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here. And a quick programming note. So if you're watching us on Twitter live, okay, just a heads up, not every episode in the offseason will be available on this platform. Make sure you subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed to catch every episode and stay in the loop. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, and many, many others. Doc, trade season has begun. Came down yesterday morning. The Magic get Desmond Bane. The Grizzlies get Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 future pick swap that is a first-round pick swap. So 5 picks here, Doc. Talk to me, dude. I got a lot to say, but I've already been talking, man. Talk to me about the Bane trade. Where you at with it, bro?
I did not realize that Desmond Bane was more valuable than Luka Doncic. I didn't know that. 4 unprotected first. It seems like the Grizzlies gave. Seems like Orlando gave up a lot here, but I think they realized that they still needed another stud. Like, they needed a really good player, and they're taking a swing, man. I think this is a win right now situation for Orlando. I still don't know who their center is. I wish they had a better center, but man, Desmond Bane, Franz Wagner, and Paolo Banchero all together is should be a heck of an offensive show.
I love the move for Orlando. In reality, I think they're going to be a top 4 team in the East. I think they're going to win 50 games. Obviously, this is if they stay healthy. And Suggs is the key guy here. Suggs is the trigger point of their defense, which is the hallmark of this team. Because they've been good even with like the worst offense in basketball the last 2 years because, and I know they were 41-41 this year, but you had Franz and Paulo and Suggs missing a zillion games. The year before, obviously, they were a lot better. But this upcoming year, Doc, assuming Suggs, Paulo, and Franz don't blow tires, assuming Bane stays healthy, and I don't really care after that. It's Wendell Carter, it's Goga Bitadze, it's Anthony Black, it's Jet Howard, it's Tristan Da Silva, it's Jonathan Isaac. I don't care. They're just bench players. Like, you have a rock star core 4 with Suggs, Bane, Paulo, and Franz. Like, that's rock star, dude. Love it for Orlando. Yes, it's heavy on the draft capital side for Desmond Bane, but it's very light, Doc, to me on the player capital side with KCP and Cole Anthony. So I think you had to make up for that with probably 1 more pick than you really wanted to do. So let's talk fantasy impact here, because Memphis is going to head into a tank. They're going to field offers on John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. We don't know if they're going to be traded yet or not, but they might. And Memphis obviously is trying to go down to the bottom, not trying to go up to the top. For fantasy, Doc, how does Desmond Bane going to Orlando impact it? Is it an L for Paulo? Is it an L for Franz? Is it an L for Suggs? That Desmond Bane is going to be in there. And dude, the last 3 years, he's been a 21-5-5 guy in Memphis.
It might hurt Franz Wagner a little bit because Bane's a 3-point shooter and an outside presence and a scorer. I mean, that's what he does. He scores. So it may impact those guys a little bit, but I don't think it shouldn't hurt them too much. It's not like it's not like Franz is going to just disappear out of the offense. He's still going to be a big part of what they do. But it is going to be interesting because you have another, 25-point scorer coming in, replacing a guy who scored like 7 last year in KCP. So that will be interesting. I'm not expecting gloom or doom for any of them, though. I don't think Paulo, Franz, or Desmond Bane, I don't think any of them really take that big of a hit.
I disagree, Dr. A. I think Paulo's fine. Paulo's the number one. He's the franchise face. I think Paulo's still going to continue to get his. A little worried about Franz Wagner. This probably drops him by a round for me. He was at 24 last year with, I believe, 6 boards, 4 assists. I see all that coming down. Desmond Bane's a better player than Franz Wagner. I mean, he is. To me, Franz is a better slasher. Bane's a better three-point shooter. I think Bane's a better defender. I think Bane's a better distributor, better playmaker. So I kind of see Franz and Bane toggling for that second option. I actually think Bane is going to take a fantasy hit, a little one, going from all the missed games by John Morant, and now, assuming Orlando stays healthy, I mean, that's a core 4. You got 4 mouths to feed. So like out in Denver, Aaron Gordon kind of gets the short end of the stick. He's at about 15 points a game. Porter Jr.'s at about 17, 18. Murray's at 21. Jokic is somewhere between 26 and 29. So I don't think that's too... I think that model somewhat fits here. Paulo's going to be doing his thing. I think then you're going to have a couple of guys right at 20, right under 20 in Bane and Franz. And then I think Suggs is going to do his thing, about 15 points a game. So I think it hurts Franz and Desmond Bane probably by about a round in fantasy.
I can live with that. I'm more concerned about all those guys' health than I am their numbers, really. Franz was hurt for a long chunk last year. Desmond Bane has been out for long periods of time the last couple of years. So and Paulo had the oblique last year too. So I'm if all 3 of those guys are healthy, I think they're going to hold their value pretty well. But I do agree. I think Paulo is safe either way. Franz might take a hit. Bane might take a hit, but I don't expect it to be a big hit.
How about Suggs? Because Suggs is now going to have to share the backcourt with another guy that can play make, handle the ball, shoot a lot. I don't think Suggs is going to be at 16 points a game. I'd say like 14 and a half. I don't think it's going to be a huge drop off, but I don't think he's going to be at 16 a game. Do you agree?
I would just like to see Suggs play, dude. I feel like I never get to see Jalen Suggs play basketball, and I hear all this stuff. I know you love him. I know a lot of people love him, and I just never get to see him play. So, but yeah, I mean, he's obviously not going to have to score as many points with Desmond.
Keep talking. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
He's not going to have to score as many points with Desmond Bane there. But again, he's another guy that let's just get him healthy and get him out on the court. I don't think his fantasy value changes much because we're all scared to draft him based on his health issues anyway. So I think Suggs is going to be drafted pretty much where he would have been with or without the trade.
Nice jersey, dude. It's my boy right here. Suggs, you the homie, man. Love Jalen Suggs. I'll say this, Doc. Go ahead, dude. I don't want to interrupt you.
No. You go.
All right, so I'm back on the Wolves, right? Because the Wicked Witch is dead. Glenn Taylor's no longer the owner of the Wolves. I'm back. They're my Wolves. Dude, I'm actually proud of my Wolves. Back-to-back West Finals. Like, I'm proud of them. I know we didn't win it. We haven't won it yet. But if you're the Timberwolves and you're a Timberwolves fan, back-to-back West Finals is a thing. That's an achievement. It's a moral victory of sorts. Anyway, Doc, the Orlando Magic are going to be my second team. They are my side piece team. I am officially, now that they have Desmond Bane and they're really turning the corner towards going for it, which I love it when teams do, they are my side piece team. So the Wolves are are my life partner, and my side piece is the Orlando Magic.
Your relationships with your teams are very special.
So what? So when I'm up in Manhattan on work or something, that's when I fly the side piece up to Manhattan.
I get accused
so we can get it in. Oh,
I get accused of having too many favorite teams. So I don't even know who my favorite teams are. It's the Pacers and the Hawks and the used to be the Mavericks and now it's the Lakers, and I was all over the Thunder all year. Yada yada yada.
Hey, we're hoops.
Got to give me some Lakers gear, dude.
Dude, we're fans, man. We're fans. We're analysts and all that, but we're fans too.
People always ask me, like, who's your team? Who's the best team? And I'm like, I don't really care about teams. I care about players. It's just funny because that's how I ended up being a fantasy guy. Is I care about players.
I completely agree. I'm the fanboy in me for the NBA is coming back a little bit with this Wolves thing. But dude, probably 20, 25 years, Doc, it was all fantasy. I was not a fan of any team at all. Just NBA TV, NBA radio, and all my fantasy teams. So who's your favorite team? I would always say mine. Mine. The teams that I build. All right, so let's keep it moving here, Doc. We have talked about the Orlando. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. What about Memphis? Does this give us a shimmer of hope that Scottie Pippen might go off this year?
Yes.
I think so too.
Because
KCP sucked last year. He was bad.
No, I think this is outstanding news for Scottie Pippen Jr. I really do, Doc. And think about it. If somehow, what if Memphis was able to stroke a trade with the Brooklyn Nets? And by the way, I wouldn't be that mad at the Brooklyn Nets for trading for Ja Morant. I wouldn't. Your team would have life. People would care about your team again. I mean, you're getting a half a season player, probably the most unreliable guy in the league, mentally and physically. But you're the Nets. Why not? Anyway, that may happen. Jaren Jackson Jr. may be on another team. Okay, that would create, 15 shots a game? Yes, dude, Scottie Pippen Jr. has a chance to be a big winner here. So like I said, we talked trade. We're going to talk Memphis Grizzlies. Coincidentally, we were scheduled to talk about them right now. Bam, pretty good timing. And we'll talk about the Pistons, and we'll give you some Game 5 goodies for the finals, which resume tonight. All right, fantasy MVP, Doc, for the Memphis Grizzlies last year. What? I should say this year. Fantasy MVP for the Grizzlies this year. What is?
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Sing it.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, decent offense. I just wish the dude rebounded, man. You think as big as he is, he could get more than what? 5? I'm pulling up his stats right now. What? 5.6 rebounds. Come on, dude.
He plays the perimeter though, yo. And he's guarding stretch fours out on the perimeter.
I know, but 22-23, he averaged almost 7 boards a game. So let's get back to there. But 22 points, 1.2 steals, 1.5 blocks, 2 3-pointers. That's it right there. That's the deal. You're getting defense, you're getting the big 3, and you're getting points. And he's good. Just a solid player. Doesn't have a lot of injury concerns over the last few years. He gets hurt occasionally, but I don't think of him as an injury-prone player. He got off to a rough start his first 3 years in the league, but it's been a little better lately.
74 games last year, 22-5-2 was his PRA. One of the best fantasy gold guys, Doc. Took you through his block, steals, and threes. Doc, I'll answer this, but you go first on JJJ. Next year, are you reaching up to get him? Are you drafting? And let's just say he's on Memphis, okay? Because we can't add. He might be on another team, but right now he's on Memphis. Let's say he comes back on Memphis. And they are who they are. They got KCP and Cole Anthony, and Bane is on Orlando. Otherwise, it's pretty static. Are you reaching up for JJJ, drafting at value, or are you fading him?
I mean, I'm going to treat him the same. No difference with Bane not being there and those other guys there. Cole Anthony now buried behind Pippen and Morant. Tough day for Cole Anthony, I think. But like you said, man, we don't know what Memphis is going to do. This could be just the beginning of dominoes falling. So, but if everything stays the way it is right now, I'm going to target Jaren Jackson Jr. right where I did last year, or right where I would have anyway, which is about last year. You're going to reach for him?
I'm going to reach. I'm going to be very high on Jaren Jackson Jr. I love the stat set. I love his mindset. Like, I trust the player. He is an availability guy. He had, I want to say it was a meniscus injury, Doc. It kept him out like 9 or 10 months. That was several years back. He's been pretty reliable since that point, and they did take a long time, and they got it right. But the block, steals, and threes, I'm huge on. I love the points that he's bringing. Don't care about the percentages. I don't know, just that rare package of block, steals, and threes. So pardon me, getting some indigestion here. Third round feels really good for Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, I'm all about it. Second round, again, there's just bigger boys in the second round. I would feel like that's too much of a reach. If I could get Jaren Jackson Jr. in the third round, I'd be excited about that. Do you feel the same way, or are you more like fourth round for him?
I would take him in the third round. I don't think I'm reaching in the second round to get him, though.
Mm-hmm. Understood, my man. All right, so we're kind of on the same page there. All right, surprising players for the Grizzlies last year, Doc. Who were they?
I'm trying to find where Jaren Jackson got drafted last year in 30 deep. It was 44th. 44th. That's fourth-ish, fourth round.
It's like end of third round. 44 would be. Is that right? 12 and then 24, then 36, then 48. Yeah, that'd be end of the fourth round.
Late four.
I would love him late in the fourth round.
Yeah, and I'm guessing he's going to go late third, early fourth again this year. This coming year. So, I don't think you need to reach into the second round to get Jaren Jackson Jr., but I'm cool with taking him third or fourth round.
So who surprised you on these Grizzlies last year?
I guess Zach Edey is the easy answer, but I was kind of high on him coming in. He was starting at center from them basically the day they drafted him. Then it kind of had some ebbs and flows and a little roller coaster feel to it. But in the end, you got 9 points, 8 boards, and 1.3 blocks out of Edey. Now, that was pretty good. And that's a rookie season, 66 games, only 21 and a half minutes. So you have to think he's locked in for a double-double, 1.5 blocks, and 26 minutes a game this year. I would think. I don't think there's anybody there to really cut into his value. Santi Aldama, I think we know what he is, and he's hit his ceiling. I don't think Santi can go any higher than he's gone. Jaren Jackson Jr. is not a center. Jay Huff, Brewski's boy, 11 minutes a game last year, 7 points. I don't think Jay Huff is a big threat to our guy Zach Edey. So Zach Edey to me was really the most surprising thing. And then Scottie Pippen, just when he plays, man, he's really, really good. I want Pippen to get a bunch of more minutes this year. He only got 21 minutes a game last year, but he played in 79 games, started 21 of them. Anytime Ja Morant is out, you fire up Scottie Pippen. Now that KCP is there and Desmond Bane is gone. Maybe they let Pippen play some two guard. That would be outstanding.
They did last year. He started with Morant, with Bane, with Edey and Jackson. So, Doc, Edey is on my list as well. I just want to say this about Zach Edey. In 6 games in the month of April, 9.3 points, 15.7 rebounds, 30 minutes a game. It's the only stat that really matters for him. Maybe the 26 minutes per game he got in December matters when he went 11 and a half, 10 and a half with 1+ blocks. But the other stuff, 17 minutes, 20 minutes, that stuff doesn't matter. What you did with big playing time matters because he's going to get big playing time this year. In those 6 games, he had 10 blocks and 4 steals. So 14 defensive goodies. That's like 2.2 per game. He didn't make any threes, but the rebounds were crazy. He is going to threaten for the league lead in rebounding this year, in my opinion. I think Zach Edey is going to be at 12.5, 13, 13.5 rebounds. He probably won't win the category, but I think he's going to come close. I think he will be a top 5 rebounder this year. The surprise to me was sort of, I didn't know that Memphis was just going to basically start him all year. Then I was surprised with the lack of playing time while starting. And then I was surprised they whacked Taylor Jenkins. And then I was, I guess, a bit surprised that the new coach fully greenlit Zach Edey. The other guy that surprised me, Jalen Wells, Doc, starting 74 games before he picked up his injury. So before we move on to disappointing players, I want to tell you about the Sports Ethos app. We're making huge investments in what we call the next generation of Sports Ethos. The last 12 months have been a game changer for us on all fronts. We're working hard behind the scenes to deliver the best fantasy product you've ever experienced. Want a taste of it? Download our app now and stay on top of all the latest news for NBA, NFL, MLB. It's free. It's at your favorite app store right now. It's available. Just click. Plus, take advantage of our fantasy basketball tools. Our app is your ultimate edge. Don't miss out. Who stands out as disappointing from the Grizzlies to you this year?
Well, I think I've got 2 words to say, and then I may just let you take the floor because I have a feeling we're getting ready to have a Rick's rant about Ja Morant this afternoon here in the attic. Ja Morant, 50 games, and I think you got suckered into some Ja, and you're not happy about it. I'm going to say that Jalen Wells was actually a little disappointing for me. He played 79 games. He made 74 starts, but his stat line is just kind of, 0.1 blocks, 0.6 steals, 1.7 assists, 10 points. There's just not a lot there. And I know Mark Camaro and Brewski may disagree with me there because they were, I think, hyping him for some ROI dues or whatever. But other than that, mainly Ja Morant. Luke Kennard, I thought had a chance to be decent, but he just never really got it going. He had like 2 big games all year. And we talked about it on the show, and you're like, oh, do not go back to Luke Kennard tomorrow. There's no way he does this again. And you were exactly right. He didn't do it again all year. So, Rick, who was disappointed for you? I'm gonna guess that you might have Ja Morant on your list.
But again, Doc, if you don't have any expectations for a player, no, I actually can't apply that here. I did have expectations for Ja Morant. I'm disappointed in myself, Doc. I'm disappointed in myself, which is even worse than your dad being disappointed in you, which none of us want. Like, I'm disappointed in myself. I let myself down. I let my team down. I let my fantasy basketball community down. Hopefully you guys still trust me and believe in my takes because they're still, bang on over here. But yeah, I fucked up Ja Morant and Zion Williamson last year. What can I say? I got caught up in the hype. I thought they were going to have spike seasons with both of them. Still won chips despite making those horrible, rotten draft picks, Doc. Not in the Sports Ethos leagues I didn't, but in my other leagues I did. So I was able to overcome it, but it was adversity, and I had to scramble my butt off like a salmon swimming upstream all year to try to make it happen with those. I mean, they were just dead weight, bro. John Morant and Zion Williamson were just basically dead weight. Fantasy carcasses. Okay, I've said what I need to say about John Morant.
Well, the thing about Ja that makes me mad is, all right, you screwed up with all the gun stuff, right? And you basically you're like a cat with 9 lives that just keeps coming back. But then as soon as he comes back, he's all like what are you doing? Like I just don't think you can trust Ja Morant to do the right thing. And he's on Adam Silver's. Like there's probably a individual that works for the NBA that his sole job is just to monitor Ja Morant's activities. And like all the tools are there. Like Ja was so fun in college. He's one of the most exciting dunkers in the league. Kids still love Ja Morant. Like there's a ton of Ja Morant fans out there. So just live up to the hype and do your job and get mad and get angry and try to run over people and play 80 games. That's all we want.
Good luck with that. Disappointing for me. G.G. Jackson, 29 games played. That was weird. Vince Williams, 27 games played. And these guys did nothing statistically. And Marcus Smart, I kind of sort of thought that Marcus Smart and Jaren Jackson Jr., the 2 DPOYs, like that was a whole thing. That was going to be a thing. It wasn't a thing. Hey, we need to pause real quick. I'm super nauseous right now.